What's happening? What's going on? It's your boy Antonio Johnson back with you one more time. Um, got a message. Someone wanted to talk about that impulse, like really fully understanding that impulse. It's funny, but we use systems in order to, help people make a decision. That's ultimately what it's about. When you build impulse, it's just about helping them make a decision. Like you want them to make a decision of yes or no. That's what the goal is when you're building impulse. Remember, the law of averages says you're going to receive 90% no's, 10% yeses. Don't ever forget that. That literally means that every time you talk to 10 people, nine of them should say no. All right. Don't get caught up in anything other than that. On those days when five or six people say yes out of 10, just be thankful. That's all you can do is just throw that at being thankful. Don't get caught up in it. Don't worry about it. At the end of the day, the more people you talk to, the more likely you are to reach your goal. That will never change. You want to have success all the time, talk to more people. Now, when it comes to building impulse, you have to think about the 5 steps to a conversation. Again, those steps start like this. It's the introduction, which has it's your C factors. You want to smile. You want to have eye contact. You always want to look people in their eyes because it really does build trust. And then you want to be enthusiastic about it. Okay, that creates curiosity. All right, just keep that in mind. And then, most importantly, a lot of times people don't want to do this when they're out and about trying to build impulse. Put the product in people's hands, even if they act like they don't want to hold it. Look at them in their eyes and say, "Look, it's not going to bite you. Okay, it's not going to burn you. It's not going to turn you into a zombie or a monster. Take it." All right, some great information on that box. Read that. Like that's going to help you. And then the best part about it is that turn and that burn. You got to be indifferent about that turn and burn. When you make that turn, you can't be worried about whether someone's going to follow you or not. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, and the best part about it is once you see that impulse building, it's time to close. You always want to close at the height of impulse. But let me explain something to you. It's kind of like fishing, all right? Because this is like really, really important. So when you go fishing and you put that hook in there with that really beautiful bait, and a fish decides to bite into that hook, don't expect the fish to swim itself in once it bit the hook. It's not going to do it. All right, you got to reel it in, and that's where a lot of people have problems. They'll stress a deal, they'll say the high price, and then they'll say the low price, and just assume that the customer is just going to make a decision to just say, "Let me pick that up." No, they're going to sit there and be indecisive. They're going to be like, let me think about it. No, reel them in. Go ahead and give them some options. Okay, so you thinking about you thinking about gifts. Okay, so you need to get 5 instead of that one, right? Like you got to get them to make that decision. All right. Now, Fuji helps actually build more impulse, that sense of urgency. You need to be moving fast. You need to have a body language movement. You need to be like acting like you got some kind of purpose going on. All right. It's like, don't be that guy in the fast lane driving that car, kind of like me. I drive really, really slow. I'm a slow driver. And a lot of times, because I drive slow, I realized something. Someone was following me the other day going somewhere. We had something really important to do, and I was driving. They were following me, but when we finally got there, they got out. They was like, "Look, dude. I mean, come on, man. Why are you driving so slow? Drive like you got some purpose in your life. Got no sense of urgency. Like you're in the way." And I think about that. Like when you're out doing sales, marketing, move, be fast. Those customers can see that. You seem like you're interesting at that point. All right. So move fast. Create that fear of loss. Remember to tell them, "Hey, I'm not here but for a short time. When I leave, everything leaves with me." Like put fear of loss in there. You also want to be indifferent. Don't be too super like stary, like looking at them like, please get this, please get this. No, like it's okay. Look, I'm gonna see 1,000 other people. If you don't want it, no big deal. Totally up to you. It's your decision to make. And then greed factor. Use those testimonials and don't get stuck on one testimonial. You need to create different ones. Read and recognize the person. Like, if you got to have a testimonial about a mom who bought her daughter some gifts, if you got to have a testimonial about a guy who bought his wife something and really impressed her for an anniversary gift, then you've got to use different testimonials. But make sure you let them know that everybody's been grabbing this. Okay. Now, I was told that if you use the word most people, people like that word more because it doesn't seem like you're lying to them. All right. So if you watch any of the successful people, when they talk, they say the word most a lot. They always say most people, most people, most people. All right. So that's how you build impulse. And remember, no matter how good you get at this, it's 90% no's, 10% yeses. Now, when I'm out in the field, I think about boxing. Every no to me is a jab, and every time a customer says yes, that's a right hook. And when I rehash, that's a left hook. So it's like jab, 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 right hook. Time for the rehash, left hook. Okay? I hope that helps you, but that's how you build impulse. All right? Just remember, don't expect that fish just because it's caught in that hook to reel himself in. Wind that fish in and tug on him. Let him know, I need a decision. Is it a yes or a no?